Working on a 2013 Porsche GTS today. My employee Dave over here, David. Today we're gonna do spark plugs on it. This one is a V8. Spark plugs on each side is gonna be you got 4 on this side, 4 on this side over here. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with disassembling in order to get access to those spark plugs. So first thing first, we're gonna remove a whole lot of this plastic that's in the way. We could theoretically get these coils out without removing plastic, but we're gonna take the longer, harder route this time. Got a few clips around here. I'm gonna go ahead and remove those. 1, 2 here, and we'll be back once those are gone. Next, we're gonna hit this one clip up here. All right, once that's out, we can go ahead and carefully lift this up out of here. The way to do that is, I'll put my hand right here and wiggle each side out slowly and carefully, and I'll be back once that's done. So there are clips on the bottom of here. So what you want to do is you want to take the trim tool like so and gently pry up on each one in order to get that up out of there. So now that that's out the way, we can go ahead and take care of these side shields here. They just simply slide out. Watch out for that windshield washer cap, clearly. This here. One more clip right there on this side. So we're gonna go ahead and pivot over here while he takes care of that. It's hard to do this with one hand, I'll say that for damn sure. Have me over here. Grab this right here, this piece here. Let's hold that up for me. We're gonna take care of this. All right, got that side up. Now that opens up us a little more space. So now we have a few options. Next, we need to get this air box out of the way so we can get some space in order to remove this plastic shield here and pull up on these ignition coils. So in order to do that, first we're gonna hit this flathead right here. Get that air intake hose off. Flathead.
These guys?
Yep. All right. Once we have that loosened up some, we're gonna look down here. And there's a plastic clip right here. Be very careful with this. I'm sure it's brittle as hell, but you want to squeeze in and pull out. There we go. That's out of there. Like I said, be very careful with it. These are brittle as hell. Same thing over here on this side. You want to squeeze this and pull out. Ignore my last instruction. This one here is too brittle. I don't even want to mess with it anymore. Instead, we're just going to remove this assembly as a whole with a Phillips flathead. It has 2 screws on each side. One on this side and one right here. And we're just going to remove the whole assembly. All right, so we actually managed to get that hose off there. So that's off and intact. That O-ring was something crazy. So now we're gonna go ahead and see how best to get this air box out. So we're gonna disconnect it from this hose that we removed earlier. All right, so once that air box is out the way, you can see the air filter. You have 2 of them on this car, one on this side, one on this side. Go ahead and get that out the way here. And now we have full access to each one of these ignition coils. That looks like a T30. So we're gonna go ahead and try to get these out of here. All right, so T30 socket. Got to get all 4 of these off. And then we should be able to lift this plastic shield up after. Get these ignition coils off and view the spark plugs. For this third one on the driver's side, you have to use an extension in order to get past that AC line there. It's a tight fit, but with an extension, you can get at it perfect. Probably the same thing for this back line over here. Although if you want to make some space on this back ignition coil, you could probably go ahead and just unbolt that bolt there, and that should allow you to slide the spatter away some in order to get the access. All right, we got all 4 bolts off now. Let's go ahead and try to gently rise that. You go ahead and try to do it on both sides at the same time to prevent any cracking. And there we have it. We have 4 red and black ignition coils here. I do see a bit of oil splatter here, so there may or may not be a valve cover leak around here or a spark plug tube seal leak. We'll know more once we take off once we take off these ignition coils. These look to be a weird socket Look like we'll probably fit a 10 over it. Let's try a 10 on that. See if that works. 9 out of 10. Okay, well, let's try something else. Alright, so these are going to be an E12 socket, an external torque socket. If you work on German cars, then you probably already have this in your arsenal. If not, these days most auto stores have those easily available in stock. So we're gonna go ahead and get on board every single one of these initial coils, and we'll be back when we start plugging them. All right, so once you get those bolts out, you gotta deal with these clips here. Be careful with them. If you have an older car like ours, they can be brittle. But you just wanna push up on the back of the clip, like so. Hold this camera here for me. And then you want to simply pull up on the wire. On the cord. You never want to pull by the wires. You don't want to pull one of these out and have to do a wiring repair on that. So that one's pretty simple. You also want to go ahead and take a trim tool and kind of just go around the edges here very carefully and pull up on these coils. And there you have it. This is how you do spark plugs on a Porsche 4.8 V8.